Welcome to Ancient Stoic Secrets. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever woken up with that invisible pressure on your chest? Like something's there, but you can't explain it? It follows you everywhere. To work, to dinner, to bed. No one else sees it. You laugh, you smile. But inside, it's like a shadow stitched beneath your skin. A quiet ache that never leaves. Maybe it's regret. Maybe it's lost time. Or maybe it's just the heavy silence between the man you thought you'd be and the man you see in the mirror. Whatever it is, it doesn't scream, it whispers. You're behind. You're not enough. And maybe the hardest part is pretending you're fine. But what if that ghost isn't trying to break you? What if it's trying to wake you up? The whispers of not enough. You ever notice how self-doubt never shouts? It whispers. Late at night, early in the morning, when it knows you're too tired to fight. You're behind. You should have done more. You're not where you're supposed to be. And you believe it, not because it's true, but because it feels familiar. We were raised to chase achievement like it's a finish line, but no one told us what happens when we get there and still feel empty. No applause, no peace, just the next mountain. And slowly, quietly, we start to ask the wrong question. What's the point? But maybe it's not about being behind. Maybe it's about realizing you were climbing someone else's ladder. 2. The silent war inside. There's a kind of exhaustion no one talks about. It's not from work or lack of sleep. It's from holding it all together, from pretending, from smiling when you'd rather disappear. You've kept your world spinning while your soul begged for a break. People say, you're strong, but they don't see the cost. They don't see the sleepless nights, the guilt when you rest, the voice in your head that says, you don't deserve peace yet. And maybe the scariest thought is this: if you stopped, if you truly let go, would anyone notice? The truth is, men like you rarely fall apart in public. We just go silent. But silence isn't surrender. Sometimes it's where the real fight begins. 3. The sentence left unfinished. Don't mistake your exhaustion for the end of your story. You are not done. There's a version of you that's never had the chance to speak, buried beneath deadlines, shame, and survival, and that version is still alive, still waiting. He hasn't finished his sentence yet. See, you don't keep going because someone's watching. You don't persist for a reward or a round of applause. You keep going because something inside you refuses to stay small. Even when you've lost your passion, even when you don't feel strong, that quiet fire, it never left you. You've just forgotten how to listen to it. And brother, it's time to listen again. 4. Becoming through the burn. Transformation isn't clean. It's messy. It's lonely. It hurts. But that pain you feel right now, it's not punishment. It's process. Becoming the man you're meant to be means shedding the one you no longer are. And that hurts. You'll want to go back to normal, but normal is what broke you in the first place. The old self can't walk into your new life, so it burns. But every fire has purpose. A forest clears, a sword sharpens. You're being refined. Don't fear the fire. You're not being destroyed. You're being revealed. The Stoic promise. The Stoics never promised comfort. They didn't preach happiness or ease. They told the truth. You will suffer, so choose the suffering that builds. Every man suffers, but not every man rises from it. Pain will shape you or shatter you. You get to decide. The Stoic path is not about avoiding chaos. It's about facing it head-on. Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus, they all knew pain was part of the path. Because fire doesn't destroy gold, it purifies it. So when life feels hard, unfair, relentless, ask yourself, is this pain trying to stop me, or is it trying to shape me into someone stronger? That's the promise. Not ease, but evolution. Pain is not proof of failure. We've been trained to flinch at pain like it's a signal we're doing something wrong. But what if pain isn't punishment? What if it's confirmation that you're finally moving? Growth hurts. Your muscles tear before they strengthen. Your pride breaks before your character builds. Seneca said, "We don't dare because things are hard. Things are hard because we don't dare." This ache in your chest, this tension in your spirit, it's not failure, it's friction. It means you're shedding what no longer fits. Don't run from that discomfort. Lean into it. It's the pressure that creates the diamond, not the comfort. When the old self dies, there comes a moment when you realize you can't go back. Not because the past is gone, but because you've outgrown it. And that realization, it stings. It feels like loss, because it is. The man you once were, the man who settled, who played small, can't survive where you're going. And yes, letting go of him is painful, but staying him, that's death in disguise. The breakdowns you're feeling aren't signs of weakness. They're signals that the old shell is cracking. You're not falling apart. You're breaking through. And if it feels like hell, it means you're getting close. Change happens in silence. Real transformation doesn't come with applause. It comes in silence. It comes when you're staring at the wall at 2 a.m., wondering why you're still here. It comes when your phone's off, your inbox is full, and no one is checking on you. That's when you choose to stay still or to rise. People talk about reinvention like it's a grand announcement, but the truth? It's built in tiny... This is where it happens. In the quiet. In the dark. When the only thing left is you. 9. Time isn't waiting. You keep saying you're waiting for the right time, but here's the truth. Time isn't waiting for you. It's moving, with or without your permission. And every second you spend hesitating is a second lost to a man you could have been. Epictetus asked, "How long will you wait before you demand the best from yourself?" That moment is now. Not tomorrow, not after you're less afraid. Now. The doorway to your next self is wide open, but stepping through it means leaving your comfort behind. It means walking into the unknown with your head high and trusting that you'll figure it out once you're in the fire. 10. You can't take fear into greatness. There's no version of greatness that comes without fear. But fear can't ride with you where you're going. You can't carry it into your purpose. At some point, you have to drop the weight. Not once, every day. Again and again, you choose becoming over staying safe. You choose the fire over the familiar, and you'll lose people for it. They'll say you've changed and they won't mean it as a compliment. But that's okay. Your evolution will threaten their comfort. Let them be uncomfortable. You weren't born for a soft, quiet life. You were born to sharpen through fire, to lead through storms, to rise without applause. 11. The illusion of fairness. You've been told that life should be fair, that if you love deeply, work hard, and stay loyal, everything will balance out. But here's the harsh truth. Life isn't a ledger. It doesn't always reward virtue or punish betrayal. A man grounded in stoicism doesn't expect fairness. He expects reality. He knows that being a good man doesn't guarantee a good outcome. And yet, he chooses goodness anyway. Not because it earns him something, but because it's who he is. You might not get the love back. You might be left standing alone. But you'll walk away with something far greater than fairness, clarity. And clarity is freedom. 4:12. The emptiness she can't fill. There's a certain loneliness that no woman can fix. Many men enter relationships hoping her presence will silence the emptiness. They expect her love to be a remedy, but she wasn't built to heal your internal wounds. That job belongs to you. A Stoic man understands this truth. He doesn't hand over his sense of worth expecting her to carry it. He builds it daily, through discipline, through stillness, through facing himself. The irony? Once you stop needing her to save you, you become the kind of man she never wants to lose. You stop chasing comfort and start embodying strength. 4:13. The quiet power of indifference. She can feel it the moment you stop needing her. Not with anger, not with resentment, but with calm indifference. You don't text less to play games. You don't delay replies to create tension. You simply detach because your peace matters more than her presence. This isn't bitterness, it's growth. And that's unsettling to her, because she used to be the center of your world. Now, you're building a world of your own, and whether she stays or walks away, you're no longer moved by it. That kind of stillness, it's magnetic, because real power doesn't scream, it whispers. 14. When she sees you rise. You want to know when she truly regrets losing you? It's not when you cry, it's not when you beg, it's when she sees you rise, when she sees you laughing again, focused, composed, when your name starts getting mentioned in rooms she never enters. She watches from a distance as you rebuild without her. And that quiet progress? That hits harder than any argument because she expected you to fall apart. But you didn't. You transcended. And suddenly, the silence she left behind is louder than any words she could say. 15. The man who becomes untouchable. At some point, you stop being the man who seeks validation and become the man who needs nothing. You don't chase closure. You don't search for explanations. You observe. You accept. You move. Not out of coldness, but out of evolution. Women don't forget men like that. Men who walk away not with rage, but with dignity. Because they realize love isn't proven in pain, it's revealed in peace. When a man masters detachment, he becomes untouchable. Not because he's heartless, but because he finally sees his heart as something too sacred to waste. You were never broken, just buried, beneath years of people-pleasing, silent expectations and chasing love that didn't love you back. But now, you rise, and as you walk forward, remember, the most powerful men don't yell, beg, or chase. They lead quietly, love fiercely, and leave gracefully. If this message resonates, subscribe to Ancient Stoic Secrets, where silence becomes strength, and men remember who they were always meant to be.